up, YouTube? Tommy Diablo here, the Uncommon Trucker. I'm coming to you today from somewhere close to Indio, California, in the desert hills up here. Heading out of California, and I'm not gonna lie, that makes me pretty happy because I don't really like driving in California, and I think that's a common opinion. I'm sure I'll probably get some hate mail because I'm sure there's guys out there that love it, but I gotta say that I feel that if you're a commercial driver in California, the deck is stacked against you. There's no doubt about that. With the first and foremost thing being the 55-mile-an-hour speed limit, which blows. You know, really, I think it's way more dangerous to have these trucks going at 55 where everybody else is zooming past us at 70. And I get it if it's emissions and fuel and all of that, I suppose, but the reality of it is this 55-mile-an-hour speed limit thing is just not, I don't think it's effective. I don't think it's a good plan. And then there's just so much more regulation, so much more police. The roads, not very good. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not here to bellyache about it, but I will say I'm pretty happy to be heading out. I can't wait to see that Arizona border, I'll tell you that. And having been in California for a few days and seen just the sheer amount of trucks pulled over, getting inspected, you know, all of that, I'm gonna talk about something that I've been thinking about for the last couple days, and that's a few things that really you got to do to protect your CDL and your right to legally operate a commercial motor vehicle. This one's probably gonna be pretty short, but there's a couple things I want to talk to you about. First one being, you really need to stay on top of your medical certificate. Your DOT medical card and your long form. It's pretty simple. Depending on your risk level and your age and what's wrong with you or not, that changes how long they're good for. But you need to stay on top of that expiration date, for one, because having an expired medical certificate and medical card is the same as not having one. And two, you need to have them on the truck. You need to have your long form on the truck, usually in your permit book, and you need to have your card just as a way to prove it. And if you don't have your long form on the truck, or it's expired, you are not legally able to drive that truck. That's just the bottom line. And any carrier, if they know that you're expired or you don't have a car, they're not going to let you drive. So that's going to dip into your bottom line. That's going to mean you're not making money, your wheels aren't turning, and your fuel's not burning, which means you're not making no dough. We hate that. Because, you know, really, why else would we do this job? Because it's not an easy job. It takes a lot out of us on all kinds of different fronts. Why would we do this job if we can't make money?
Right curve ahead.
So, stay on top of your medical certificate. Every carrier has resources, whether it's on call, on staff, a referral program to get you your medical certificate certified when it needs to be done. And that's a very simple thing. So that's an easy one. Second thing is you need to obey the law. You know, driving in California with speed limit and the plethora of other laws they have holding us down, it behooves you to obey the law, because if you don't, points against your license will stop you from getting a job. There's no two ways about that. Also, yearly, your carrier that you work for is bound your motor vehicle report at least once a year. And you can, in every instance, be reprimanded for having tickets on your report. And in some instances, you can be fired. Especially if you don't tell your carrier about having these tickets or whatever. And there's kind of a gray area there, because if you get a ticket, until you're convicted, you don't really have to tell anybody. And that's kind of, I think that, especially if there's some leeway that you know, you're going to fight the ticket. Well, until you're convicted, I don't really feel that you have a ticket, but that's just me. So, having said that, you really got to try to obey the law. And I think that reckless driving, careless driving, and speeding, those are some big ones. But there's a lot of other little regulations that come into play that you need to stay on the right side of them. And that's just the bottom line. Unfortunately, there's a lot of people that are going to get a ticket here and there. And the third thing I'm going to talk about is that if you do get a ticket, God forbid, and that's terrible, you know, that sucks, you don't want to have a ticket. But they're not always just because you got a ticket doesn't mean you're guilty of what you're getting that ticket for. Not even close. And sometimes just the general attitude of the officer and where he woke up that day is going to have an effect on the tickets you get and how many you get and all of that. And having said that, if you do get a ticket and you're on the road, don't panic. Just don't. It's not over. You know, your career's not over because you got a ticket. At the most, it's going to affect you for 3 years. And, you know, if you're already working for a company, you've got a good record and things aren't going bad for you, you're probably safe. You know, it might, and it could stop you, especially if you're a new driver, you don't have a lot of experience, it could stop you from getting another job. But if you're in with your carrier and you're doing all right, you're probably okay. It's just bad form, though, to get a bunch of tickets on your record. You need to have a clean driving record if you want to get other jobs and if you want to get good jobs. But having said that, you owe it to yourself if you get a ticket, find out what jurisdiction you're in. Go on the internet, the trusty dusty interweb, and research traffic ticket attorneys in that neighborhood, in that area, in that zip code. Simple. You're going to come up with a bunch of names. You're going to. Keep your ticket handy. Take pictures of it. Be ready to email or text them to whoever you talk to, because they're going to want to look at it. But call an attorney. Because an attorney does a couple things for you. You're a truck driver. You get a ticket on the road, you can either immediately roll over and say, oh, I want to pay the fine, I'm guilty. Well, that means that ticket goes on your record immediately as something you've been found guilty of. I never recommend that, even if you are guilty. I think you want to string it out as long as possible so that you can minimize the amount of time you're going to have to roll with that ticket on your record. Like I said, 3 years is about when everyone starts dropping it off. If you got a ticket more than 3 years old, you're probably pretty good. So don't immediately sign away your guilt. Get a lawyer and then talk to him. And then any lawyer and especially, there's a lot of lawyers that do a lot of commercial vehicle tickets. They know the name of the game in this. String it out. That's how they do it. They string it out. You know, if you get the right lawyer, you might keep your ticket up in the air for 3 years, so it doesn't matter if you get convicted of it. Because if it's 3 years old, it's not going to be on your MVR. So that's really, those three things are really important for keeping your CDL, keeping your medical certificate on the truck, making sure that it is not expired, doing everything you can to obey the law, and not doing anything stupid in that truck, which is going to cause you to get tickets. And then, God forbid, if you do get a ticket, you need to fight it. You need to fight it all the way to the end, because those points will hurt you. And you need to realize that, and you need to do everything in your power to avoid getting those points on your ticket. I mean, on your driver's license, getting those ticket points. You got to keep them off your license. So, having said that, I'm going to sign off here. Tommy Diablo, the Uncommon Trucker. Leaving California, and pretty happy about that. Have a great day, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye now.